ejection is a mermaid found in DODEA elementary school libraries, describes a boy who wants to become a mermaid. During the book, the boy repeatedly strips down.
All right, this video has gone viral. I wouldn't say it's for good reasons. This is Lauren Boebert. This is not a good look. When you are a public figure, right, you got to be careful of your image. Unfortunately, we all make mistakes. But when the mistake is made, you just got to own it. And again, I don't like these type of videos either. I feel like there's too much gossip going on here. There's too much of that, which I'm not making any excuses. That's why I try not to do any videos of a person's life. Anything that involves family, marriage, their lives particularly, I don't touch. Because that's very private. And these are things that could happen to me. And I'm like, I don't talk about that. But I will talk about ideas and perspective and things like that. I will call out a particular wrong. But I think it's also fair to acknowledge that Lauren Boebert was wrong here, period. So I don't know what was going on in her mind, but there's not many excuses. She says, I've tried to handle it with strength and grace best as I can, but I simply fell short of my values on Sunday. Well, she's going through a divorce currently, and I think that could definitely add to the situation, but we don't necessarily know. But when you watch the video, it does appear that she was drunk. Anyway, let's listen to this video here. And again, I'm not here to condemn, to berate her anymore. There's enough of that going on. I just think there's some things we can learn from this because it's unfortunate that this happened. It's unfortunate that's even recorded. It's even more unfortunate that somebody felt they need to publicize this and call her all kind of names. So I don't think it's fair to the argument. This is not to say public figures shouldn't be held accountable. I personally believe that. But the internet is a very cruel and nasty place. It's just that if you're going to be on the internet, you got to be at your best behavior at all time, especially when you're a public figure and people know who you are. You just got to be careful, man. It's just crazy out there. Okay, let's take a listen to this and we'll share some thoughts and perspective at the end.
Here's that Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert of Colorado has not been honest with us. Not with the American people, not with her constituents in Colorado. She has lied about what happened to get her ejected from a recent performance of Beetlejuice the musical. Earlier in the week, we brought you this story, first reported by the folks over at the Denver Post. On Sunday evening, the Congresswoman and a male companion were escorted out of a downtown Denver theater, quote, accused by venue officials of vaping, singing, recording, and, quote, causing a disturbance during the performance. According to an usher quoted in the theater's incident report, the patrons said they would not leave. I told them I would be going to get the Denver police. They said, go get them. Now, the Congresswoman seriously downplayed the situation after this news broke, posting she, quote, pleads guilty to laughing and singing too loud, hand covering mouth emoji. Her campaign manager took it even further.
She should have never said that. Maybe she didn't remember what happened. It's possible. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt because I really don't know. Because when a person is drunk and stuff they do, they don't remember. I remember I seen my brother drunk at one time. And not just my brother, but certain families of mine. I was never seriously a drinker. Even before I became a Christian, I was never into alcohol so much. But I've seen people drunk and they do some of the worst things while they are intoxicated. It's actually really sad. That's why I in this channel, I tell people, stay away from alcohol, man. You'll make a mockery out of your life. Stay away from it if you can. Ask the Lord to just take that desire away from you. It will make you look seriously bad. I think this is kind of like one of those cases of her being drunk and, made some bad decisions, but she should have never said that, though.
And singing too loud, hand covering mouth emoji. Her campaign manager took it even further, confirming that he called the stunning and salacious rumors that Boebert is indeed a supporter of the performing arts gasp who enthusiastically enjoyed the performance. Well, thanks to the good folks at 9 News in Denver, we now have the security footage from inside that theater. Take a look at their investigation into what really happened.
Boebert. Say it 3 times and she appears in security video from a weekend performance of Beetlejuice, where the Congresswoman was kicked out of the theater for being disruptive. The DCPA says she was vaping. Boebert's team denied that, said the haze was from fog machines in the show. That claim goes up in smoke when you see the video. The pregnant woman sitting behind Boebert told the Denver Post she asked her to stop vaping, and Boebert refused. Her one-woman show continued. taking flash photos, raising your hands and dancing, often the only one clapping or standing up in the crowd. Boebert occasionally took a break from being disruptive to enjoy the company of her male companion. He briefly had a grasp on the situation before ushers returned and told Boebert she had to leave. The theater's incident report says Boebert pulled the "Don't you know who I am" card on the way out, giving theater employees the single-finger salute.
Now, we're sparing you the details of the more R-rated behavior Boebert and her friend engaged in. You can find that on the internet if you zoom.
I mean, all right, a lot could be said about that. But again, she did apologize. I feel sorry for her. I understand when you're going through a divorce, it's no joke. So that could definitely play a role. I'm not giving her an excuse, though. She said she did not recall vaping. So it's possible that she was so drunk that she doesn't remember what happened here. It's possible. But again, the bad look here is that when you're a public figure, people know who you are. Just got to watch it, man. I only have beside just the work that I do in church and everything, I only have about 59,000 subscribers. That's pretty much. There's people in my community who actually watch me on YouTube. There's people that I've met in different places. I just went to, my daughter's school the other day, in a private Christian school. Some of these people are watching my stuff. I was on Facebook Market and I bought a headphone and everything. And I was supposed to meet with the individual just to grab the headphone, which is about 15 minutes away from my house. They're like, "Oh my goodness, I know who you are. You're the guy on Look and Live." Somebody found me the other day and said, "Oh, I love your Tom McDonald reactions videos." I'm like, so what I'm trying to say is that it's just, when you're a public figure, you got to be careful what you do. You got to be aware of that. And every decision you make does matter. I wish we live in a world where this is not the case. People were not watching you to the point where they're picking up on every little thing that you do, good and bad, and they glorify it. I don't like this world, the way things run. But that's the world in which we live. You just gotta be at your best behavior. Does that mean you're not gonna fall? Yes, you will. And when you do fall, you apologize and you own it. And I think she did the right thing. It's only because, the video came out and more things was exposed and everything. And I heard a story about the boyfriend. There's a lot going on with that. I heard some extra stuff being said about he runs a LGBT kind of supposed nightclub and so on, and she's supposedly anti-LGBT. I don't know, man. I don't go into all these details. I don't think it's necessary. My goal is to say, I hope she's okay. I hope she learns from that experience, and I hope we can look at that and also learn something. The one thing I would like to say for the people who like to glorify everybody else's flaws, that's why on this channel, I make it my goal not to speak against the life of the individual. Like when for example, the Barack Obama video came out, right? I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. Like the Barack Obama with Tucker Carlson, I don't want to talk about it because that's very personal. Like what the man did in private years ago, and the fact we're talking about, I'm like, oh, I'm not touching that. Not with a 10-foot pole, because I don't know. If it is true, it is true. I don't care. I don't have to like Barack Obama to just say. What I don't like to do is assassinate a person's character on the internet. I can't do that. That's not my thing. That's not how I roll. I will go after ideas. I will go after perspective. I will go after things like that, and I will speak about those things, and I will speak of the good, and I will expose that which is bad, but I will not go after an individual like that. I don't like that. So that's part of my issue when it comes to this thing. So Lauren Boebert made some mistakes. She can learn from it, and I think we can look at that experience, that situation, and say, you know what, she could have done things differently. But I will say again to the people who make it a goal to glorify everything that is wrong in a person's life, I will say you shouldn't be doing that. Let me explain to you why. Because today may be her day. Tomorrow could be your day. Wherefore, let him that thinketh that he stand take heed lest he fall. There is a great danger. And I say there is a great danger. There's a great danger in talking about people like that. There's a great danger in that. Because when your time comes, nobody will have mercy on you. Unfortunately, the political sphere today is so toxic that you should not expect people to be merciful and understanding of your situation. Lauren Boebert shouldn't expect anything less, because the left right now is looking for a reason to condemn anything they do, especially when you're vocal about your religious belief and you speak very loud and clear against the LGBT community. You call out the hypocrisy, the groomers, and so on. They're looking at an opportunity. There you go. She's one of the far most representative in Congress. Are you saying because the person is standing against something evil, that means there's nothing wrong in us? That's not even fair. But again, that's what happens. People are gonna find a reason to go after you, and unfortunately, that's the way of the world. James Truslow Adams said it this way: there is so much good in the worst of us, and so much bad in the best of us, that it ill behaves any of us to find fault with the rest of us. I'm just gonna end it right here. Share your thought and perspective below. Would you still support Lauren Boebert even though this video came out? Do you have the heart to forgive? Do you agree with the exposure? Do you feel that that was necessary? Do you agree with the way she responded? Would you forgive? Share your thought and perspective with me. I would like to hear from you. Have a good one. Bye.